Hi angels, and welcome back. So today we actually have a video that you guys have been anticipating, and I did not do this in a sequence. I ended up going out of order and I did the 2023 first because it was more recent, more current. And now we're gonna like rewind and go back in time, and we are going to revisit my most complimented perfumes of 2022. Now, this is kind of going off of I didn't want to repeat. Obviously there was a lot of repeats within the last video I did, and I didn't want to do any repeats. So these are ones that were very popular that people loved that were not in the last video. So these are completely new. So you may have seen them in another favorite video a while back, but for this video, these are all brand new. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? So the first one we're gonna talk about straight off the bat is gonna be Tiara. This one, and I took the cap off because this cap, I don't know what it is about this particular cupcake, but I don't know, it's so strange because all my other cupcakes don't stick, but Tiara, this one, is just as soon as this goes on, I have to get like a knife to open it, and I didn't want to have to like bore you guys with that. Maybe you guys would have been entertained with that, but I just didn't want to deal with it, to be honest, and so I just took the cap off. But you can see the cap is absolutely beautiful. You have these Swarovski crystals adorning the cap. It's very typical, traditional House of Sillage. Tiara is a very princess perfume. This one is just very light, almost kind of like light and airy in a way. It has a powdery quality to it. It just smells very like fresh and regal and just really pretty. When I first got this one in, this was a blind buy, and when I first got this one in, I didn't really know what to expect. It almost has like a little bit of a lemony essence to it, but not really. Like it's clean, powdery, fresh, beautiful, just a great everyday. And this one, I actually wore this quite a bit. You can see this has quite a dent in it, and every time I'd wear this one, people would say that it smells really good. People would ask, you know, what perfume are you wearing when I'd wear this one? So this one did get quite a few compliments. It wasn't like a, oh my god, you smell so good, but it was, people would ask like, hey, what is it that you're wearing that smells really good? Because it's more of a soft, I don't think you would necessarily smell Tiara if you were just walking by somebody. It doesn't actually have a huge sillage. It's more of a close, like draw you in type scent. So this one's more of like kind of like that skin scent where it's really close to the body and you almost have to like hug someone to smell the perfume. So this one, definitely a great one for if you know, want something that's more office appropriate or something that's going to be a little bit more close worn and you don't want to have like a super projector. This one is a major compliment getter. I absolutely love Tiara. I think it is so timeless. It's so beautiful. It's so classic. You really can't go wrong. The next one is one that I wasn't like super a big fan of. I think it smells good, yes, but I would never repurchase, I don't think, this one because I didn't like the fruitiness of it, but people tend to really like this one. I don't have the cap for this. This is another cupcake. This one is Whispers of Truth by House of Sillage, and this smells just like Baccarat Rouge 540, the original, but with like a fruity quality to it. Personally, I don't love this one. It's not like, I mean, to me, like I can smell the distinction between Baccarat and this one, and I just I'm not super in love with this one. It's not one that I would really reach for a ton, but last summer I did wear this quite a bit. I was trying to get used to it. I was trying to love it, and I wore it quite a bit. And every time I would wear this one, again, I'd have people who would ask what I was wearing. So for whatever reason, this one's super popular. I think people really like it because it has kind of that Baccarat essence, but it's not Baccarat, and you can tell it's not Baccarat. It has kind of this fruity, you know, fruity, airy quality to it. It's really pretty. It's just not something that I would necessarily reach for all the time. This isn't like my top favorites, but it is a compliment getting perfume. It is actually really pretty. Anyways, moving on. The next one is one that I got around the holidays. So this was actually in December. So I can't really say that this is super compliment getting, but when I did wear this, which was towards the end of December, I was wearing the crap out of this one. This one's called Addictive Vibration by Initio. It has a beautiful matte container. It is really, really pretty. I love all Initio perfumes. This one, oh, like smelling it just gives me chills. There is like so much beauty inside this bottle. I like can't even. This one smells like Alien's sexy grown up older cousin. It is definitely in that same ballpark as Alien by Terry Mugler, but it's just, oh my gosh, it's grapey, sexy grapey. It's just an incredible perfume. There's almost something kind of animalic in here. I wore this to a couple holiday parties. People were like, this smells really good. I mean, it's a very intense perfume. Don't get me wrong, Initio perfumes project, they are intense, but this one seemed to capture the attention of quite a few people. And I don't know if they were just asking to be like, what the hell are you wearing? Or if they were asking because they actually loved it, but this one is a attention grabber. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is super compliment getting, but this is attention grabbing. So if you were into kind of those interesting perfumes, check that one out. And if you like Alien by Terry Mugler, definitely check that one out. It has that same grapey essence. The next one is Fragrance du Bois Jaune. This one I actually mixed with Santal Complete. I have that one as well by Fragrance du Bois. This one is small little bottle, so I try and savor this one, but I've worn this out on dates with my husband, and this one is, I save this for date nights. This one is classy, it's sophisticated. I didn't wear this one a ton last year, but every time I wore this, this was another one where people ask, what are you wearing? It smells so good. I've had people who like literally would not stop hugging me because they were like, oh my God, that smells incredible. Like, you smell absolutely incredible. This one is just beautiful, and I feel like this one wears so amazing in the summer. Like when I had like tan skin and I was out in the sun, it just like, it melts into the skin and it kind of takes on this whole new persona with your oils. It was really interesting. Over the summer I wore this on multiple occasions, again with my husband. We were like going on date nights or, you know, going to the pool, and I would wear this and it would just take on this whole beautiful journey as it kind of settled into the skin and the sun warmed it up on the skin. It would create this beautiful like bubble around me, and this one I just like can't get enough of. This smells so good. It's like the most beautiful flower in any flower garden. Like, you go into the most elegant, beautiful flower garden and you find the most gorgeous flower. This is how I would imagine that smells. This is like fit for royalty. It smells incredible. It's definitely expensive, but it was worth every penny, and I'm obsessed with it. So that's Jaune Intense by Fragrance du Bois. The next one is my Villain Vanilla, I call it. It's called Sound of a Ricochet by Floriku. I really like Floriku. I think it's a very underrated house. I don't really see too many reviewers talking about Floriku. I try not to watch a lot of fragrance reviews, but I will say there are a couple people on here that have such a relaxing, soothing voice, and I just like to listen to them like in the background. Sometimes if I'm having like a bad day or if I'm driving and I just want to hear a soothing voice, I'll listen to a couple of the people who do fragrance reviews. I know that sounds really weird, but it just calms me, it soothes me. It's kind of my zen space, I guess you could say. So anyways, I don't know why it's not more popular. This one is a dark, dramatic, sexy vanilla. It's so sexy. And actually, so it comes with like a travel spray. So this is the travel spray. It's like an atomizer. It's absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. It comes in a bento box. And I went shopping with one of my husband's co-workers, and she ended up buying this exact perfume, and we were talking about how beautiful it is. So you can actually put this on top of the on top of the perfume. So it has different options that you can do with this, but it also is it's a travel spray as well. So the travel spray comes with it. It's kind of cool. You get, I believe it's 10 milliliters. Yeah, it's 10 milliliters extra that you get inside of here. And then you can take it with you when you travel. I really like that aspect of this. So I want to actually purchase more Floriku. I have a couple on my list that I really like. I have the sampler kit, and actually I should probably go through that with you guys. It's the little 2 milliliter vials of Floriku. And I want to talk about my favorite ones because it's such a beautiful artistic house, and some of the scents I'm just blown away by, and these are like major compliment getters. Anytime I've been inside of the store, the boutique by my, I wouldn't say it's by my house, but the boutique that's here in Orlando, every time I've been in there with other people and they smell Floriku, it's like the people who like clean scents love it, the people who like sexy scents love it. Like there's kind of something for everybody. They have a tea scent that's just absolutely incredible. They just have some really incredible concoctions, and I just think that there's something for everyone within the fragrance house. So that is Floriku's Sound of a Ricochet. It is so beautiful. You will get compliments. People will notice you're wearing something sexy. It is not one that I wear every day. It's not one that I would wear, like if I had to pick up one perfume, this would not be it, but it is one where I've worn it out to dinners, I've worn it to events, and people say that it smells absolutely incredible. It smells so good that my husband's partner ended up buying it. So it kind of says something when, you know, people want the same perfume that you are in love with too, and like they really like it enough to spend that much money on it. So I just think like that one kind of, it wasn't one where I would say is like super, super, super compliment getting, but people love it. Like it is one where I've seen people say like, this is absolutely incredible, smell it, buy it. Like it is just, it's an incredible perfume. It's not one that people will chase you down necessarily for, but it is a gorgeous perfume. The next one is Rosendo Matue, I think is how it's pronounced. Rosendo Matue. And this is number 6. It has jasmine, sandalwood, and oriental musk in it. This is interesting. This one's very interesting. I didn't know how I was gonna love this one. I really didn't. I smelled it in the store. I thought it was very interesting. It almost has kind of like a green quality to it. Very classy. Almost kind of like, I would say this is up there with like a Chanel perfume. It smells very, very classy, very beautiful, but that green note kind of gives it this niche quality, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, if you know, you know. Like when you're talking about perfumes, there's definitely some perfumes where like they're super mass pleasing. This one I don't think is that way, and I think that's why people really, really like it. Every time I've worn this, same thing, friends, family, like my husband, all really seem to enjoy this perfume. Smells really good. I've definitely oversprayed this and gone out and people have asked what it is. Like, that's just like a really interesting perfume. What is that? I've had people say like they love it. Like it does have a sillage, and it is just really, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous perfume. Like if I smelled this on somebody, I would just think that they had their life together. This is definitely a perfume where it's not a common scent. It's not something that you're gonna just smell all over the place. It's a very, very unique smell. I think worn in the right, you know, setting, this is just absolutely gorgeous. I think it kind of carries from summer to winter, you know, fall. You can really, really wear this almost whenever, but it is a little bit more classy, a little bit more dressy. Not saying you can't wear it with sweatpants, but it does give off more of that like elegant vibe than like sweatpants. The last one we're going to talk about is Angel Share. So this one is a really popular perfume. This is by Killian. This one is just really, really sexy. I mean, this one smells kind of like apple pie. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's gourmand. It just smells like spicy, like not spicy, but it smells kind of like smells like apple pie with like cinnamon in there. It's just really, really good. It's really sweet. You really can't go wrong with Angel Share. I will say that this one does not perform well in the heat. It's a little much in the heat. I do like this better on my husband than I do on myself. This isn't one that I reach for super often anymore. You can see that I have worn this a lot. This one is one where, I mean, when you're wearing this, people are gonna notice. This one is a beast. This one projects like nobody's business. People can smell you from a mile away. It just really fills a room, and it's very just, I don't know. I have yet to meet somebody who absolutely hates this one. I think it can smell a little synthetic at times. Like, I've smelled this on other people and I always know what it is. Like, my husband always laughs whenever I ask people, I'm like, are you wearing Angel Share? And they're always like, yeah, you know, I get so many compliments on it. Personally, I've worn this and I've, you know, felt a little self-conscious in this just because it is such a beast, just because it does project a lot. And I never know how people are going to receive it. And people either like really, really like it, or it's kind of like meh. But it's just a really standout perfume. I really don't think there's anything else on the market like it that I know of, at least. And it smells like a pie. So if you want to smell delicious, if you want to smell like a freaking pie, if you like feeling like that deliciousness, this is the one for you.